My question to you tonight is, who is the current president of Liberia, and when was this person elected?
Thank you for that question. The current president of Liberia is Ms. Ellen Johnson Shirley. She was elected on November 23rd of 2005.
As a role model, what are some of the plans you have for our community, the Liberia community in Minnesota?
My platform for the Miss Liberia is that I want to work with the youth because I think the youth is our future. Like we see a growing trend where a lot of younger girls are getting pregnant, going out of school, and
Were you to win this pageant tonight, what would you do in your capacity, officially, as Miss Liberia Minnesota, that would inspire young girls out there to do that?
The key word in the that you said is inspire, and that is my key goal in this pageant. Is to inspire women to strive for more, strive for perfection. Though there is no such thing as perfection, we all must try our best. We have to educate ourselves, love one another and ourselves, our families, and our children, so we can all provide a better future. We already have one leader. The rest of us have to follow. Is basically educating your kids within the first 8 years of their life. The first 8 years of a child's life is when their brain is developed. So it's very important to take the time to talk to them, tell them that you love them all the time, give them discipline when it is needed, and just keep up with them around that time.
Thank you. But if you were to win tonight, what are some of the things you do for this community?
As Miss Liberia, my first and foremost goal would be to unite all Liberians in America, starting right here in Minnesota. Because united we stand and divided we fall. Beautiful faces, great minds, entrepreneurs, and educators. And if each and every one of us can put a little bit of our bright minds together, we can do anything. We'll stand out in a positive way.
If you have 3 minutes to introduce yourself to this audience, what would you say?
I would say my name is Monsieur Antoinette Saye. I love dancing. I attend Cal State University. I'm very family oriented, and I believe in education. Thank you.
The first question is, tell us what is malaria and how does malaria spread?
Malaria is a parasite disease that is spread among children in Liberia and other African countries.
My second question to you is, as Queen, Miss Liberia Minnesota, what are your plans for this community?
As Miss Liberia Minnesota, our plan to work with young girls to help them with their
tell us the meaning of these 4 letters, AIDS, and give a brief definition.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome is a serious stage of HIV which causes harm to the immune system.
What about the confidence you have in yourself tonight? If you were to walk out here tonight, crown Miss Liberia Minnesota, again, as a role model, we would like to know what would you do in your official capacity for the community, the Liberia community in Minnesota?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I'm going to set a perfect example for the youth of
this community is part of.
First question to you tonight is, what is the difference between stereotype and racism?
Well, stereotype is a public health perception regarding a specific group of people. So, for example, you can say black people are loud, and racism is an intense hatred or intolerance of a particular race. For example, we can go back to the slavery and say the hatred that existed between white people and black people.
You think you're going to win tonight?
I'm positive.
I'm positive too. And if you win tonight again, we'd like to know your plans for the Liberian community as a queen.
My first priority would be to connect with a different high school in Minnesota, especially around the Brooklyn Park area, to get parents and teachers to start communicating, because I felt like when I was in high school, my mom was really involved in my educational life, and as a result, I excelled and I became the woman that I am today.
Disaster of this year, and when did this sad event occur?
It was an earthquake in Haiti that started in January.
Alright, the earthquake in Haiti. Alright? Very sad. January. And now, I'm sure you put a lot of work into becoming a contestant in this pageant, right?
Yeah.
I can walk away tonight with it here, right? So if you do that, what would be the first thing you would do as a queen?
The first thing I would do as a queen is show that I'm not only just I'm not just involved in experience with going to you guys. I plan on pushing out to our youth because I believe that they are our future, and without them, we have no future in Liberia, and there's no legal way to no future leaders. So I plan on working with our youth.
Alright, so how many stripes does the Liberian flag have, and what does each stripe represent?
That was signed by the India Declaration.
The second question is, if you were to be Miss Liberia, and if you would please keep it quiet, do you hear me? If you were to be Miss Liberia, Minnesota, what would you do for the Liberian community, especially in Minnesota?
Come together as one and stop the fighting that goes on around in our community and have a real positive role model to the party together. Stop all the argument about identity with this, identity with that, and we can do better. Because we're strong, powerful, and loving people that love our country very much.
Several influential African men around the world today. Kofi Annan is one of them. Please tell us a little bit about Mr. Annan.
Well, Mr. Annan was the 7th Secretary General of the United Nations. He served the United Nations from January 27, 1996 to December 31st, 2006. And him and the United Nations were the Nobel Peace Prize in 2001.
Yeah, I didn't know that. All right. Tomorrow. No, 30 minutes from now, your crown is Liberia, Minnesota. What's the future that you want to do?
Well, my goal as your next Miss Liberia is to advocate for the improvement, the empowerment, and the development of the youth. I want to work on the many different organizations that are already established to help our youth grow and work with our community. And also, I've also see a change in the community, but I was not fully put for the right tools or knowledge to do that. But being a part of the pageant, I had all of that. And like the late Muhammad Gandhi once said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And I'm ready to be that change.
Thank you.